today I'm going to be discussing my vlogging setup. Now, this episode is filmed on my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which is also technically part of my vlogging setup, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Bear in mind, I didn't want to film it on either of these cameras, because I'm obviously kind of showing them to you in this episode. So just bear in mind that there will be a little bit of camera shake, because I'm not using the tripods, because I'm also showing them. And also the mic is built on, so there will be a little scuffling noise in this episode. Thought I'd make you aware. Let's get into it. First of all, I'm filming in the garden, because good weather in Britain, for once. Secondly, there's a lot of space for like putting out my equipment and everything, so that I can show you. Now, I'll just get straight into what I've got here. So I'm going to separate out everything that I've got for the different cameras and everything. So we'll start off with what we've got for the actual phone that I'm filming this on, S7 Edge. Now I've got the tripod here, which is the Joby grip tight stand smartphones. It's a retractable clamp for the phone. It'll just fit straight on there. And that's probably the least used part of my kit. The other part is the Nikon Coolpix L27, which I use as two 16GB SD cards by SanDisk for them. And every time I film, pair of Energizer something or other, ultimate lithium batteries. Now, again for the phone and also for the camera DSLR batteries, which are LP E17 1050 mAh and whatever else is on there. Battery pack by Keystone, I believe that is. I haven't pulled it out yet. Now I use the portable USB kit power bank for that, so then I can charge that up on the go. I have two in there, so there are two spare batteries, including the battery that's already in the DSLR, which I'll go into in a minute. So that I can charge them up on the go. And I also have the one that's in my bag with me. I have like a little clamp to go over the side of it, so that the actual metal part won't touch what I'm touching, and it will stay nice and clean and everything. Now into the DSLR. So we have Canon 200D with the Rode VideoMic Go and the standard 18 to 55mm lens. Alongside that we have the Joby hybrid Gorillapod, which is kind of the standard DSLR tripod or Gorillapod for DSLRs. Now the mic at the moment I haven't used very much, so I don't know a particularly large amount about it. All I know is that it's a plug-in and go, so you don't need any batteries. It's literally just plug into the mic socket, which I also have a headphone socket on this, and then go. And with this camera, it's got a flip screen, fully rotational flip screen as well, which makes filming very handy. So I use that particularly for taking photos and stuff. It does go around the whole way, but I won't want to do that now. So the video mic, very, very flexible stabilizer on that, very good. I only got that, I think, 2 days ago. Very, very good mic. About £50 off of Amazon. Very good. Very nice mic for the DSLR. Into the camera specifically, the Canon 200D is the DSLR of choice for me. Flip screen, time-lapse mode, and the fact that it's a DSLR in itself, so I can do different features with it for the photography as well. That is my camera of choice. And then obviously alongside that, the Joby hybrid Gorillapod, which can also fit on any standard like grip or clamp for a phone as well, so I can attach my phone to this if I want. Now the Gorillapods that I use, the tripods, I'll go into in just a brief minute. The reason this is called a hybrid is because it can also have the actual clamps for the phones on it, as long as the ones for the camera and the DSLR kind of screw bit. And that is not the case for either of these smaller ones. So that's why this one and the model above it, which I can't remember exactly the name of it, are the two best ones to go for, and I think probably the only ones you can properly go for DSLRs. Other cameras, it is okay because very small, very light tripod, kind of goes well together. Phone on that goes well together. A £2 camera onto one of these would just not very much so end well. Yeah, not great if you try to do that. Yeah, so I've got this tripod for that. Now, these two tripods, you can tell the difference in colour. I will make a video on that either soon or something or other on the tips and strategy video series about how to spot a counterfeit Joby. I got this in London for £7. I will explain in that video why that is counterfeit. I spotted differences besides the colour. It still works just as well, which is why I use my camera. And then for my phone, I use this, which is like the standard one for smartphones, which is a little bit easier to use. Whereas this one twiddles around a little bit, so it'll give more camera shake if I'm using a phone, particularly. That's why I use it for the camera. I think I've briefly explained everything. I've briefly kind of reviewed everything at the moment. Particularly the Gorillapods. Very nice Gorillapod range. Although that's technically not Joby, it's the same style as both my Joby products. And Joby's my brand of choice when it comes to vlogging. So more into the technicalities of the DSLR. Because I also use it for photography, it's very good that I have the Joby that I can actually like unclip it. So here you have like the clip. If I press that in, it will bring the DSLR out, which I need to make sure I don't actually do at the moment. I'm going to make sure that's clipped back in place. As I'm moving around, I don't want it to like slide out. But when I'm taking photography, I can very easily use that feature, as I shall demonstrate. So, here's my more photography-like setup with this, without the Gorillapod on it. And then it's got the very nice grip on the side of it. Very, very good camera range. Love Canon. Canon autofocus is amazing as well. Yeah. Very nice grip. Shutter button. Record button. Eyepiece. Very, very well made camera, but going around with photography for this, very easy, very quick. Having the Rode video mic on the top gets out most of the like fuzzy sounds and like hissing and all that on the built-in mic on the camera, which can be a little bit of a problem with 200D, also known as Rebel SL2 International. Well, in the US, it's Rebel SL2 200D International. Bit of confusion there, but yeah, a little bit of hissing sound on this without the mic. So that's why I attached the mic. Better sound for vlogging. Also, although vlogging you kind of wanted a little bit of surround sound, you mainly want a shotgun mic so that mainly hears you and what is around you specifically, so kind of around this sort of area, this kind of bracket range. But you don't really want to hear what's behind the camera as much with the shotgun mic, or if you do get another type of mic, but that's why I use a shotgun mic, so I can hear more of me and my surround sound specifically, rather than the surround sound of what is specifically around me. So that's my main vlogging setup. I think I've, over the last 2 episodes, although my last 2 episodes haven't been that great because I've been rushing to film them a little bit. I'm rushing to do quite a bit for the last 2 episodes. I hope this has given you an idea to my full vlogging setup. I obviously use all 3 cameras throughout my vlogging series, but I'll be using this primarily for my next few videos, and for all my videos in the future. These last 3, so this one and the last 2 before this, have been shot on that and this kind of setup here. But formally, I will be switching over to my full DSLR setup, and on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, I go out to London on kind of like a day trip, and I go to the Tower of London and stuff like that. And that should be the next vlog, and that will be the first city vlog in about 10 months, so that should be interesting, especially with DSLR. In America, everybody looks at you and, you know, kind of just cheers you along a little bit when you're vlogging. In Britain, very much different. Everybody just kind of looks at you like you've just dumped on the floor and then walked off and left it. It's very embarrassing trying to vlog in Britain. But I shall take the challenge, and getting a little bit of practice in London, which is definitely more difficult than New York, which I'll be going to at the end of the month, will be making that seem easy. So yeah, look out for that for next vlog, the London vlog. And yeah, for now, hopefully I've given you a nice idea of what I'm going to be doing for vlogging. Switching over to this set formally, and using that as my full vlogging setup. Obviously the other time-lapse and stuff that I'll be shooting primarily will be on this, but also on these two setups. So they will be included in my full vlogging setup, primarily shot all on this. So hopefully I've given you a nice idea of that. Until the next one, goodbye.